hello there, my lovelies. Here we are back in San Myshuno. We are actually going to be redoing a small one-bedroom apartment. The address to it is 2A Jasmine Suites. Right here I'm just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do for the kitchen. It did take me a few minutes, especially with moving and everything. I did want to do something simple, so I just sat down and decided that I wanted to do a build. So I did. I wanted to apologize to you guys. I have not actually been available to put up anything for the channel. I was actually moving into a nice new apartment, so it did take me a little over 2 weeks with work and everything to get all moved in, and even to this second I am still not all the way moved in, but I'm working on it. I'm working out my best that I can do. You can see that I did add some shelves that I thought looked really cool underneath these cupboards. I am doing that for a reason. I was going to put up some plants up at the top, but as you can see, I'm kind of deciding whether I actually want it above it or below it, and I actually end up putting it right into it. I really like it that way. The other thing I wanted to mention too is I ended up I did like this at first, and then I ended up go ahead and putting in a counter that they could be sitting at, and then of course trying to figure out a light. I was trying my absolute best not to use CC. It was a little bit hard, especially for the lights, because there's so many CC lights that I liked it. Those were the ones I was wanting to do, and then trying to find, I knew that there was some that were more like the spotlight type thing that I know that my uncle had in his apartment. They're kind of like this, and you can rearrange them to where they point down or whatever. I was also kind of going through to see which light fixture I liked the best, and so that did take a few minutes. Here's where I'm kind of figuring out what I do want in the kitchen. I was thinking about maybe deciding whether they were gonna have a dog in here or whether they ended up something different. You can see that I'm actually figuring out the little laundry room. I was looking at a apartment type deal that I was looking at. I'll post the picture here if I can find it. I was also trying to decide whether that laundry room was too big. I also didn't want it to be like you step in and bam, right there's the kitchen, so I was like debating on whether I wanted to place a room divider there. As you can see, I was kind of messing with this a little bit, those room pole divider things, I guess is what they are. And I ended up asking Zach to see which one he liked, and he liked that one a lot better. But I did decide that I did like the other one a lot better. This is where I kind of decide that I wanted to put some poles up. In between, I was debating on whether I was going to match the kitchen or whether I was going to match the wall. So that did take a few minutes for me to figure out and then make sure that, thank you for the coffee. If you guys have never tried the venti white chocolate mocha from Starbucks, I am telling you, that is my husband and my favorite coffee. You guys have to do the white chocolate mochas. They are so good. I don't know if any of you guys knew, but I am on methadone. I am a grateful recovering addict. The Sims is actually what ended up saving me and helping me become sober. Both doing let's plays and challenges and even building. I just was in the mood to build. I don't know why. Yes, that plant is CC. But I ended up on methadone to try and help me get clean. I have now been clean for over 2 years. However, methadone tastes horrible, you guys. It's like a cross between Robitussin and a cherry dum dum sucker. It's pretty gross. So we picked up drinking Starbucks coffee because it kills the taste of the methadone. So I did just take my methadone about 2 minutes before I actually started doing the voiceover. So I still have it in the back of my throat and it's nasty tasting. Ooh, that's hot coffee. Oh my goodness, that was hot. So anyway, if you guys are curious about anything to do with methadone, feel free to ask me. I will post some things up in the description down below to see if there is anything that you guys would like to know. I can answer any questions you guys might have about it. It has definitely saved my life. Now trying to figure out a way to get off of it, which I want to get off of methadone, but I kind of want to be careful until, because it can make it to where your stress level goes up and your anxiety can go up as well. So you do want to be careful when you're coming down off methadone. So if you know anybody that has any drug problems, just let them know that there is help out there. The methadone program does work fabulously. It takes away all of the cravings. It takes away the withdrawal symptoms, which is a major portion of why lots of us continue. Not me personally, but some other addicts, it's because the withdrawal symptoms are brutal. Think about the worst flu you've ever had and then times it by 10. That's how bad it is, and that's why it's so hard to get clean. So the methadone actually does completely take it away. Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about that today in this voiceover, but you know what? Sometimes the more you know, the more you can help somebody else in somebody who might be having some problems, or maybe there's somebody that you guys know that might have some problems too, that, because I know the opioid epidemic is a pretty bad one. Anyway, I have already finished the kitchen. As you can see, I kind of placed a lot of plants on the top. I'm now trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this entryway. I did end up taking away the room divider because I wanted it to be kind of like my apartment. I wanted to have a little place to put the mail, a little place to put the keys, hang up your coats and things right at the door. So that's why I decided to put that here. Now, there is something that I know lots of builders don't know, but if you make a like a side table or anything, if you do shrink it down, the Sims see it as still being full size, and so you'll end up with plates that floating, or anything that they end up putting on it, they put it up there floating. So just an FYI for all builders and all Sims gurus, it does end up floating there. So anyway, I went ahead and got to the room. Now guys, don't worry, I do change the color of the walls. I end up doing kind of like a brown and cream color type theme in this apartment. Very modern. This is actually the kind of thing that um, me and my husband actually really love the modern theme. And if you guys could see our new apartment minus all the boxes, it's very modern. It's got lots of modern pieces, lots of cherry wood, and lots of grays mixed in with the browns. So that's kind of where I got the theme for this apartment at. I did want to put a little desk in here, and I thought that that little nook right there would be perfect, just so that they could sit there, get their homework done. If they're in school or if they're a writer, they would be able to get that little corner. I don't know. I just thought it was perfect. I made that there just specifically for that. I was gonna try and do a 2-bedroom apartment in this, but I ended up just being a 1-bedroom built for 2 Sims, so maybe a mom and a dad, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, or 2 sisters. Me and my sister shared a bed when we were younger. Sorry, Amanda. She was a snore. But mostly, I built this for like this style of me and my husband, what we would like our apartment kind of to look like, which you guys are gonna laugh, but I picked out a bed that's kind of like the one that's there, except for it's a cherry wood color, and then the blankets are not brown, they're like a teal color, just to add a little bit of teal, black and white. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting that all of my stuff kind of matched this apartment. Now keep in mind, guys, I was picking out my things for my new apartment. It was after I built this. I actually built this like a week and a half ago. I'm just barely getting over to the voiceover and getting it edited. Work has been really keeping me busy. I work at the Owl Cafe, in case you guys didn't know. It's a little 50s style restaurant here in Albuquerque, so you guys should look that up. It's really good. Their milkshakes, oh my gosh, you guys, their milkshakes are to die for. I have to have one of their milkshakes every day. I think my favorite is the mudslide. The mudslide is coffee with Oreo cookie. It's really, really good, you guys. Come on. Come and visit us in there, and you'll have to order one. That way you know for sure. Okay, here I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out, like, the things for the bathroom, and I do kind of mess around with this bathroom a little bit. Anyway, it's kind of weird to do a voiceover. I've been doing lots of LPs and challenges, which, you guys, I will be getting back into the mermaid challenge. That probably will be put up here pretty quick, because I did want to spend Christmas with the Keikoas. I also do want to jump into my other LP, which is well, there's a couple. There's the Disney challenge that I'm doing, where Walt Disney is having all of his princesses. And then, of course, there's the LP that I'm doing with Cracks Between with Zach, Scotty, and myself. Anyway, I'm really not sure what. Building's a lot of fun. I have definitely missed building. I mean, I'm not as good as like Miss Griffey and her Squish, or Simlessly, or even Mr. Simage, but I do want to try and build a little bit more at least once a week. Go in there, so I ended up putting the little, it is a CC thing, but I believe I changed it for the lady, and yeah, her umbrella kind of pokes off the top, but that's okay. I'm not too bothered by it. Trying to find something that the shelves, I think the shelves are really neat, but it'd be really super cool if we could put things inside of the little circle baskets too. I mean, plants or something, you know what I mean? At least that would be something I would do. I don't know if anybody else would, but we would. So, anyway, ever since my grandma passed away, it's been pretty hard to not mourn. My attorneys and everybody is telling me not to, and sometimes I just break down and cry for no reason. I mean, I could be on my way to work like I was the other day and just break down in tears for no apparent reason, just to do it, just to try and release some of the stress and everything, especially for the holidays. It is really, really hard not to have my grandma there. But I will be trying to fill my grandma's void, especially in my kids' life. They were very close to her, so it's obviously very hard for them as well as for me not to have Grandma Betty around. This is the first Christmas without her, so we will be working on it with them. I love my kids very much. I miss them like crazy, you guys. I really, really miss them. My oldest, Scotty, and my daughter, Araya, I miss them a lot. Micaiah is close. Micaiah is my little daughter, and she's a lot closer to my husband than she is me. But we're building our relationship still up pretty far, but she loves her daddy a lot. And so we went and saw my son's basketball game yesterday, and they won. They won by 5 points. My son he's been watching a lot of Curry. Steven, I don't know. His last name is Curry. He's part of the Warriors. My son watches a lot of his games that are on YouTube and things so that he can try and match him. And he uses a lot of his moves. He studies them pretty hard and does them during his own basketball games. And my son is very, very good at basketball, you guys. I'm very proud of him, especially for making it. They made it into the finals last year, and they lost by 4 points, you guys. And it was a team that they beat several times. And so they were a little bit cocky and a little bit, you know, like, hey, we can do this. We beat them tons of times. And so they lost by 4 points. But being down by 15 and then getting up to where they were just barely lost. So they did an awesome job, you guys. Okay. Back to the build. Sorry, guys. So here we are back in the living room. That is the CC plant there. I ended up just giving up and throwing in a few plants in here. That is all, though, for the CC is the plants. You guys will have to put some plants in there. I apologize. I'm sorry. I love my plants. You should see my house. I have lots of plants. So I was debating on what to put in this corner, and I knew that I wanted it to be modern, so I was trying to figure out like to put 2 chairs like this or 2 chairs like that. And that's what I ended up going with. Those are CC lights. I didn't think I put CC lights in, but I guess I did. So you guys will have to put in different lights and plants. But other than that, everything else is there. Well, and that. Oh my goodness, did I use lots of pictures CC too? My goodness, what's wrong with me? Okay, anyway, don't worry guys, I do end up changing that one. I don't keep it that way. I end up putting up the one that came with the my Shuno pack that has the 4 frames with like a human in it or something. But I do like to have pictures of them. So, and I don't know, I'm just kind of sad that they don't have a lot.
Can you grab the cats and stuff?
Oh, okay. Do you want my help?
No, I already unloaded the truck.
I know, to load it back up with them. Okay. My husband is amazing. Because I've been working, he's been the one that's been moving, and he just unloaded his truck, and he is going to pick up the cats and the birds now. This will be coming to an end pretty quick though, just because of the fact that I'm only putting in the rugs now, so I will go ahead and cut to the chase here, guys, because after the rugs are done, it will be going into screenshots. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you guys are notified anytime I put up new content. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Namaste. Bye, guys.